Okay, this is the beginning of video A6, but I told you I would show you the solutions for the last homework problems, and here they are. So I'm going to remove them. All right, so video A6. We're just continuing with our lesson on logarithms. Okay, and so there are a number of bases that are very commonly used. One is so commonly used, we call it the common log. And the common log is simply any logarithm with a base 10. Okay, and it's so common that we don't want to always have to write the 10. And so whenever we write a logarithm without the base, we're implying that the base is 10. So this is what we call the common log. Okay, and so let's practice what we were doing last time. And I think this is just problem number 2. And I'm going to have us evaluate. So 2a log of 1,000. Okay, and so I hope you build some understanding of what a logarithm really means. Okay, so since we don't have a base, this must be a common log, so the base is 10. So this says 10 to what power is 1,000? And you can just use your fingers, 10, 100, 1,000. So the answer is 3. If you need to, you can convert that to exponential form, so it maybe makes more sense because logs are new to us. Okay, how about the common log of 1? Is that possible? Is it possible to have 10 to some power equal 1? Of course it is, because 10 to the 0 is 1. And so there are some questions that we've answered through problems. Last time we did a log and it was equal to a negative number. So logarithms can have negative values. Here we have a log and it's equal to 0. So a logarithm can equal 0. Okay, let's try another one. Log of 0.01. Okay, so once again, identify that this is a common log. Okay, and then this is not so nice to look at, but I'm hoping that you understand that this is the hundredths term, and so the hundredths decimal place, and so this is equivalent to log of 1 over 100. If that's still not easy for you, 10 to what power is 1/100th? Maybe you can do it now. We could do this. You don't have to do this at all, but maybe it'll make it easier. But if that still doesn't work, isn't this equivalent to that? So look at that last one. What this says is 10 to what power equals 10 to the negative second? Well, clearly the answer must be -2. And you don't have to show any of these steps if you don't want to. At any point, once you recognize that the value is -2, then you can write the answer, whatever is easiest for you. Okay, but then this is actually going to be the last problem we do today. Okay, how do we do this? Log of 64. So think about it. This is saying 10 to what power equals 64? And that's hard to think about. We can make a guess. Since 10 to the first is 10, well, this has to be bigger than 1. Since 10 squared is 100, 10 squared is 100, this has to be smaller than 100. So the answer has to lie somewhere between 1 and 2. And if I said 100, I meant 2. Okay, so what we're now going to learn is how to evaluate a logarithm on our calculator. Okay, and so we notice right over here, we have a log button. Okay, and since there isn't a base indicated, this must be a common log. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our log button for the first time. So we have log of 64. You don't have to with parentheses, but I'm going to hit enter, and it is a number between 1 and 2. And so I have 1 point, let's do 806. Now that's approximate because I'm not including, it would go on forever. I'm not including all the decimal places. But let's see if this makes some sort of sense to us. So the base would be 10. I could circle the base, go across, and come back and write this in exponential form, and it would be 10 to the 1.806 equals 64. Now, when I type this into the calculator, I'm not going to exactly get 64 unless I use all of the decimal places. And so let's go ahead and learn to do that since we have all sorts of time on our hand. So I want to type this in 10 caret, but then I want to put my previous answer in as the exponent, and I don't want to type it all in. Okay, and so if we look down here, right above the negative sign, I see answer. And since it's blue, I'm going to hit second answer. And so it's going to take the 1.80617, all those decimal places, put them in. Now I hit enter, and I do get 64 because it used the exact answer here. Had I used the approximate one, look at the difference. 10 caret 1.806. It's close to 64, but not exact. Okay, so what I want you to do now for homework is I want you to try all of these problems. I made a short lesson so you could try more problems today.